Hey, hey.
Hi,
For those who don't know, I'm Amanda.
I'm Emily.
Welcome to Getting Juicy. Um, so today we're going to talk about the first episode of The Bachelor, yeah?
Yeah, Grant's season premiere.
Yeah. I enjoyed it. Did you enjoy it?
Yeah, and I forgot how much I enjoy it because we just did the ultimatum, and I forgot how much I enjoy the lightness and the fun of The Bachelor. I mean, I know they're two different things, and they're going to showcase two different things, but I forgot how much I love The Bachelor.
Yes, I know. It is a very different vibe than The Ultimatum, for sure. And
Yeah,
like Love is Blind and stuff.
right?
I loved it. Also, I think because I don't know. There's something about him that I like.
Yeah, he's gonna be a good one. But so did you watch Jen's season?
No, and that's
Okay.
what's wild
So you
because
don't
I
know.
usually do, but I'm
Yeah.
not familiar with him.
Yeah. Well, he wasn't really shown that much on Jen's season. So when they picked him or announced him, I'm like, this is like a fake. Like, you know how they'll do, they'll be like, oh, this person for this or whatever. There's so much like scamming going on right now, I feel like. Like with the AI stuff, they can make all these posts and you think they look real, but
That's a good point.
so I thought it was like a scam, and then it wasn't. So I'm really excited to see his character development. Like so far, I'm loving what I'm seeing. Like
Yeah.
love it.
Yeah, me too. He seems like a stand-up guy. I mean, I we'll see as we get more into it, but he definitely seems like a stand-up guy and he seems like I don't know, like I really enjoyed his sister coming on. I thought that was really cute.
I think it's hilarious that like. Do these girls not watch the show? Like that's what I think is so funny. Because like, who is that girl? Who is that girl? And I'm like,
Wait, and they
gotta
said
be your sister. It's
she's
totally gotta be your
leading.
sister.
Right, and they said she's leading with her vagina, like walking and leading with her vagina. Did you? That made me laugh so hard.
I I thought it was a good group of girls, first of all. They all seem to be like vibing. I mean, you can kind of pick up the ones that are saying like crazy things or who might be like the wild cards. And I don't have any other names memorized. But yeah, I thought that was so funny when she walked in and they're all like freaking out. I'm like, guys, you can't tell me you have not seen this before because this is so like typical of The Bachelor to have somebody come on.
Yeah, yeah.
Do
Uh,
your research.
oh, I know. Yeah, and well, maybe they didn't see her from because I didn't see the season before, but like, did he make it to where
I
they
don't think
decided?
so.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't think he was in Final Four, if I remember right. So that was also surprising. But yeah,
Mhm.
no. And I think, I mean, maybe that people want to go on and just have an authentic experience so they don't want to watch and like have preconceived notions of it. But I'm assuming some of those girls have seen it and they're like, oh my gosh.
I know.
What do you think about the intros? Like the limo intros?
Um, I mean, they were good. There were some original ones. I did not love the. This is just my opinion, okay? And also keep
Yeah.
in mind that I am now 45 years old. So, like 20 years ago, I may have thought this was so great, but the bottle service girl from Vegas, I just felt, well, at first I thought it was really cute. The car coming in and like you could tell she was from Vegas, but then it was like about the bottle service stuff. And I'm just thinking, oh my God, anyone in the service industry is probably going to hate me for this, but I'm just thinking like he's wanting to get married. And to me, that's like party girl vibes if you're like, especially
Yeah.
that kind of job. And you can make a shit ton of money at it. So I'm not like
You're not knocking
wanting
the career. You're just
no,
thinking that like if that is where you're at, which some people are in the service industry their whole I mean my mom
yeah,
was. for their whole life.
Yes.
But the energy she was giving off was very let's party. And he
Yes.
totally has been saying, I want a family, I want a wife, I want kids. This is
Yeah,
what
and I'm just like, I don't know how like that works because he is saying he wants kids and stuff. I'm like,
that's
well,
not mom vibes. Like you're not getting like
right.
mom.
And you can totally be like a super fun, like crazy
Yeah.
mom. I mean, I love to have fun. I always have Jack's
Yeah.
life. And actually,
Mhm.
like when he was little and I first got divorced, I would go out and party and stuff with my friends.
Yeah.
But it wasn't like my life and my lifestyle. And it was just like, okay, a couple of times a month, I'm out having drinks and dancing and having a good time. I don't know. It was just the vibes I got. So yeah,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
thought the llama was cute.
Did you? I was like not sure about it. I was like,
Well,
I just think less is more. That's
yeah.
my personal opinion. I think I would be a train wreck trying to come out and like say something or memorize something. But like, I don't know. I kind of like the worry stone girl, like the stress
Oh
stone.
yeah. Is she from Louisville?
Maybe. I don't remember. I thought that was cute. Like I'm more
That
of a
was.
minimalist. Like the basketball was okay. I mean, I'm not knocking these girls. Like it's hard to find something
Mhm.
original, something that you'll get attention from. I was laughing so hard. This is like on the same topic of the llama. So there's this Instagram account called Bachelor Data, and she just like collects all these like statistics from the show. And the llama got more airtime than some of the girls. I was like, okay. I just thought it was funny. Not that I mean, I would be so embarrassed if somebody was like putting that information out there and I was not like
Yeah.
humorous.
But no, but
But
it
it's
was a funny like thing to add to the show
yeah,
and a layer
familiar. Uh-huh.
and just lighthearted, carefree. And I liked it because, well, first of all, okay, I just love llamas, and I've always said
I don't think I knew that about you.
I would love to have like I love being in the city and close to the city, so I can't really imagine only like living on a farm or something. But I would
Mhm.
totally dig like having land and having like horses and llamas and but I've always wanted like llamas. I just love them and those little miniature cows.
Okay, yep. Yep. That is so funny. Let's do it. You can put them on my property.
Perfect. I'm down because
That's a far drive for you, but
I could come visit them though like once or twice a week.
yeah. I mean, they're gonna be fed every day, so you have to contribute to that. But
No, but I
that's
think that
so
was part of why I was like, "Oh my God, she brought a llama!" Like, yeah,
like that's so cute. Last season, somebody brought puppies on. He went really far. I think no, who was that? I don't remember if he went far or not. To be honest with you, but he brought puppies.
oh, like on the one I didn't watch.
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
yeah. Limo entrance.
yeah,
The limo entrances always like are a little cringy for me because you're like, I can't watch this, but I need to watch this.
yeah,
I almost like when I was talking about in the ultimatum, the proposals, it's like I can watch it, but I don't really want to watch it with both eyes. Like, I don't know. Because the
yeah.
shit is very vulnerable to me. You're coming out, you're trying to put yourself out there, trying to make like an impression, a statement, whatever you want to say. I would be a train wreck. I was thinking about that this week. I've been saying a lot, like using your quote, it's all play and practice, play and practice, play and practice. I've been saying that like all week. And I thought about that when I was watching them come out of the limo, play and practice, play and practice. Like, that's
Uh-huh.
all you can do. It's like try something. If it works, great. If it doesn't, it wasn't meant to be. And
Right.
they just like put so much pressure on themselves. Oh, those poor girls. And
Oh, I know.
poor girls, like I feel bad for them, but like I can just feel all of their emotions. I really feel like I am sitting in the room with them during the
It's
whole
your
first night. I'm like,
projector.
oh,
Yeah, that's your projector personality.
yeah. And then at the end,
Um,
they're so sad. Oh, that always just like breaks my heart because they're like, I deserve love. And I'm like, yes, you do. Don't you?
okay, so I want to say something about that
Okay,
since you
tell
brought it up. We're going from the front to the end, and then we'll get in the middle. But so there are two things. So number one, at first glance, and like when I used to watch it, I would always be like, why are these people like sobbing when they literally don't even know this person? And it's like not that big of a deal. I mean, I know you want to be picked and stuff, but they're like sobbing. But then as I learned more about how like it's all night long, it's like the wee hours of the morning by the time that they do this. First of all, I would probably be curled up in a corner asleep somewhere because I just like don't fuck with my sleep. Like that's just how I am.
Yeah.
And I know I'm a manifesting generator, but so I have all this energy, but like I have to sleep. I have to recharge.
So you would
And
like pull him first, and then you go take a nap.
yeah, I'd be
Like,
like,
Grant, excuse me, you're going with me first because I need to get to bed.
I'm gonna go sleep and then somebody can wake me up for the rose ceremony.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wake me up
Like,
later.
yeah. But then so first of all, I'm like, no wonder they're a total wreck because they're probably delirious from exhaustion. And
Yeah.
plus like all the emotions and the
Like they're running on adrenaline.
yeah, that like wears you out, man.
Yeah. Well, I think
Um,
really going there though, you're putting yourself out there. You're being so vulnerable. You're
mhm.
meeting somebody on national television. You're putting yourself out there. You're, I don't know, you just have high hopes. And I don't even think, I'm sure the lead never wants anybody to have hurt feelings on the first night. And there's just, the reality of it is you like meet people, and some people you get along with and you feel a great connection to, and some you don't. And they honestly probably keep people that they're like, I don't know, but we'll keep you anyway.
Yeah, because I have so many roses to give
Yeah.
out. Um, but like the second thing, I totally first of all, I totally agree with you on that. It's like it's just part of it. You have to kind of just go in expecting like this is what's going to happen because
I
they're
would go in it and be like, you're leaving night one. That's just what I would tell myself. I would have no expectations because
yeah.
I would still get my feelings hurt, I'm sure.
Mhm.
But you have to remember, like, you might have pulled him after, who knows? I mean, he has to draw the line somewhere.
Right. Um, Also, sometimes I think if you pull him later, it's better because if you go very first, I don't know. It's like then he has all these other people
Yeah.
like he could forget about. I don't know. Um, but then when they were all like hugging him goodbye and stuff, like when they took the rose and they would hug him or they didn't, whatever. They would hug him, and I was thinking, okay, this partly is I didn't learn this until like a year ago, but I've always had this really strong sense of smell.
Okay.
And
This is
that's
not going anywhere I thought it was going to go, by the way.
okay. But
Train was leaving the station. We just derailed. We're like rolling down a hill somewhere. I was not expecting it to be a smell thing. Go ahead. I'm
yeah,
listening.
it's totally a smell thing. So it's actually in my human design chart that I have like this really strong sense of smell.
Okay. I didn't
And
know
I
that.
have a certain gait that's associated with that, but I've always known this about myself, like way before human design. But it was interesting to see that. But anyway,
Can we check
um,
mine too? Because I think we have the same problem. I do have a smell thing, but go ahead.
okay, yeah, I'll check it. Um, but I literally was thinking I could not lift my arms and hug him like that because I would be scared to death. I had the worst BO of my
Oh,
life.
yeah. Okay.
Stress sweat. Like, you know how you just like,
Uh huh.
I feel like it stinks worse. Like, you just start like
Yeah. Like
purging.
your whole body is like cold, but your armpits are like, they're like dripping.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
like, you're, and I feel like it has something to do.
Just
It,
make sure you detox your armpits before you go.
well, what I think it is like when you're in that much of a nervous system flare up, like you're in this fight, flight, fawn, or freeze. And evolutionarily, we wanted to like smell bad and taste bad and be sour and be gross for predators. So we put that off in our
Yeah.
bodies
Yeah.
when we get under that much stressor, like we're fearful, afraid for, I mean, we're
Mhm.
always not afraid for our life on The Bachelor, but like our nervous system. So I think that's why that happens. But I would be like, I don't know. I would be hugging him with like T-Rex arms or something. I would
Yeah.
not want to lift my armpit.
Yeah. That's so funny. Here I am. I'm like, okay, what's she gonna like? I know I can't read your mind, but that's not what I was expecting at all. That is so funny. I'm gonna laugh forever about that. That is hilarious.
It's literally like all I can think about at every rose ceremony.
Yeah.
And do they have bad breath? Like they're so close to each other's faces.
The breath thing is so real. That's such a real thing. It's such a real thing.
And I think because of my strong sense of smell, I'm always paranoid about
Mhm.
myself because I just hate smelling other people.
Yeah,
Like
that
when
totally makes
and they
sense.
smell bad. Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense. I would be curious. Let's interview some bachelors. Did they stink? Because I need to know.
Who had the worst breath and the best breath? Who had BO at the rose ceremony?
I can't even see here. Okay, that's so funny. I'm like,
These are my questions.
this is why The Bachelor is fun though, because it's so. I'm not saying that other shows aren't well produced, but it's produced in such a way that it's like a very, I mean, for the most part, lighthearted, lovely, romantic story. There's no like, I don't want to say drama. There's drama, but the drama is just lighter.
Yeah, the drama isn't usually like um yeah, like on the ultimatum or Love is Blind, it's like the relationship is at stake. And with The Bachelor, the drama is like, this girl told me to shut my mouth. And this, and I'm not saying that's not like hurtful. And
I'm not looking forward to that at all.
yeah,
Like, that's the part that I'm just like, I'm over it. I'm like, you know what? First of all, if you've ever seen the show, the people who have the drama, they don't last. So fly under the radar, find one girl that you can talk to and be friends with, keep your feelings to yourself. I know it's hard in that environment. Keep your feelings to yourself. Just like try your best to not spiral.
yeah, yeah. I think it requires a lot of because you're in the situation where like you're the one that wants the attention, you want to be chosen, and
Mm-hmm.
you obviously, if you're there, are into the person and you want a relationship with them. And there's all these other people that are in the mix. And I'm sure that that's challenging. Um, but I agree with you. Like, and I would probably have a hard time because let's just be honest.
Oh,
I
I
I
couldn't do
don't
it.
I mean what I mean by that is like I just tell people what I think. Like I don't really and I don't mean it to like be mean or whatever, but I'm gonna be who I am and then I'll call people out if they don't like it. And so I would have to really like self-regulate and be like what's important for me to speak up about and say and what isn't. And it would be a good like experiment for myself in my own
Yeah.
masculine containment. Um, but I agree with you. Yeah, it's those people usually it ends up just being a lot for the guy.
Yeah.
They're out of there.
Yeah. Or even like the first impression rose. They never win. They go home like week 3, week 4. Like, don't they put so much weight in? Oh, I mean, this time it was different though, because this is the first time if you get the first impression rose, you get the first one-on-one date.
Yeah.
Okay. I think that's cool. I like the spin. It's a great spin. But like, I don't know. I can't even pick a season where the person got the first impression rose and was the person at the end.
Yeah. I have no idea because I don't even really like pay attention to that.
Yeah.
I mean, I especially like in the beginning, it's just like, okay, that doesn't necessarily mean anything because first impressions are just that. They're not deep, like, I mean,
Right.
it can be and it can end up being that way, but, um, and again, it's the night is so long that, and you're so exhausted, I'm sure by the end that I just wouldn't put that much stock in it.
Yeah.
Um, I do want to talk about uh the kisses.
Okay, let's talk about them.
So the girl that was in like that Grecian white dress.
Yes, I love her. I
Yeah.
love her. When he kissed her, I was like, that's right. She's good people.
Well, she Okay, first of all, I love her too, from what I've seen so far. And she reminded me a lot of one of my really good girlfriends,
Really?
actually. Yeah,
Okay.
who I met when I lived in Louisville. But um we so anyway, I was watching the show and I'm like, she's like, I knew when they started making a whole thing about how she doesn't kiss on the first date. Like they're gonna kiss because they kept being making a point to like multiple times show that
Yeah.
she was saying.
Hmm.
Um, and then sure enough, they kiss. And it was great. It was great.
It was really good. I liked their banter. I like it when, I mean, it just seems so natural. Sometimes you'll see them sit down and it'll just be like this awkward thing. Or like the girl will already have in her mind like what she wants to say, or the boy, whoever it is, because they go into it with an agenda. But I just like that, like, it was just natural. It flowed. They had stuff in common. Like he quoted the Notebook, like seriously.
I know.
And he was like, did you think though? Okay, let's finish your kisses and then I have something. Okay, so what other kisses do you want to talk about? You said kisses.
Well, yeah. So, first of all, there was that one, which I thought was just interesting. And one of the things I wanted to just say about it is we can have all these rules for ourselves and they don't really serve us, or maybe they serve us in some situations and not all situations. And he didn't know she had this rule.
Yeah.
So he was just like totally in the moment with her and he trusted his own, like this is my perspective. I'm not saying he was like consciously thinking through this, but
Yeah.
watching it I could just see, wow, he's like he really trusts his own with all the women, his own like knowing and ability to read them because I've said to you before, like I hate it. It's one of my most hated things when a man says, "Can I kiss you?" I'm
Yeah.
like, I guess you already know the answer because you're asking the question.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
you would know if I wanted you to kiss me.
Totally. Well, I think sometimes, and this could be wrong, but men will get like caught up in their heads, or they have like this kind of like what you're saying, they have like a preconceived rule or whatever. Like, I want to check in and make sure she's okay and yada,
Mhm.
yada. I want to be respectful. I think sometimes it comes from that point of view, but then, like you're saying, obviously, like,
Mhm. Well,
obviously, my
I'm
emotions.
the kind right. I'm the kind of woman, I'm just gonna say it. I like to be like dominated by my man. And I don't mean that like
Yes.
it's
No, we're on the same page. Totally get it.
yeah. So and obviously, I mean, I'm just gonna say this because we're on a podcast and who knows what people will take it from that. But like obviously, yes, I want to feel safe but that's what I mean. Like when a man really is a good Dom, he is in tune with every little thing and he does make you feel safe and you do know like you feel so literally like you can melt to mush in his presence.
Yeah.
It's like whatever, I trust you, whatever. And your brain can go offline and it's just great. And not that I want to live my life like that 24/7. Like I have a great brain, but it's just I like a man who
It's just relaxing.
yeah, and I like a man who can
You
tune
can,
in and
yeah, you can turn off all the internal chatter and things and whatever. As women, we just have that internal, I mean, I'm assuming you do have like your internal chatter of whatever. And when you have that strong presence, you're like, okay, he's got it for now. Like, I don't
yeah,
have to be any certain way. I don't have to have any expectations for myself. I don't have to kill myself to do all of these things. He's got it for now.
yeah. So anyway, I just like I enjoy. I know a lot of people are like, "Oh my god, he's just on there kissing all these people." I love
But he got
watching.
it though. Like he got it because you know that one girl, he was sitting next to her and she's like this. I think it was the one he didn't kiss because he's like, I wanted to, but I could tell
Yeah,
like it
he
wasn't
was
the
pulling
right
back.
time. And I mean, you could see in her body language that she's interested for sure, but she's nervous, uncomfortable, whatever, I think that's totally fine. I think that's great. But
Yeah.
he knew, like he's gonna be such a good lead. I like am already like,
Yeah.
Grant, you got me. Because like his
Yeah.
questions, some of his questions, I was like, I don't know that I've ever heard a bachelor come out on night one and ask these types of questions. I can't even remember what the one question was, but I was
I remember from the very beginning.
clay. They were making the clay, and he asked
Oh.
a question like the clay rings, and I was like, dude, like Grant, you got it. Like you are the whole.
Yes. I remember that too, and I don't remember the question, but the one I was thinking of is at the very beginning when he first walked in and he's like, I want to be married, I want a wife, I want this. He's like, I can't remember his exact wording, but basically, I'm going to ask all of you, like, do you want those things? Do you want a husband? Do you, like, he was putting it back on them, like, this is my expectation. You know, and I only want people here who want that, but he was doing it in a way like not just saying I only want people here. He was making them look internally at themselves or ask.
He was curious.
Yes. Um. Yeah, and I also really, I mean, he had a good old juicy kiss with that. I don't know her name. She's so cute, like an Italian girl that had on a darker dress. I feel like, and
Not
is
sure.
she
I
the
should
one
have
that
wrote down names. I did not take any notes this time. I should have
I didn't either, but
wrote down names.
I was just immersed in the experience. But she's Italian, and they showed her and her family doing carpool karaoke.
Yes. Okay. I
Yeah,
can't
so
remember her face, but I remember the karaoke.
they had like a passionate, yummy kiss. I
Yeah.
was like, okay, they've got chemistry right there. They have it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I thought she was really cute. So anyway, my thing is I love because they're on the freaking Bachelor. Like they're meant to be there and be fully in it. And if they don't kiss people when they feel the like impulse to kiss them
Mm-hmm.
and feel that reciprocity in return, then if they're like, oh no, it's the only first time I've met them and blah blah blah, then it's like, are you really having the full experience? Because it is a compressed
I
time.
was just gonna say that same thing. I'm like, it's very sped up. If you don't take chances when you get the opportunity, then you might not know. And I mean, chances are like, let's say, he's really vibing, he's feeling it, then he does the kiss, and then he's like, I'm not sure. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, like sometimes your
yeah,
just your biochemistry just doesn't work. Like there's all these pheromones and chemicals and hormones in your saliva. And you can send, I mean, you've had that. I've had that where I've kissed someone and I'm like, ugh, no. Like I
yeah,
don't want this ever again.
yeah, for sure. I think it's just, yeah, like you're saying, it's a sped up process. I think he handled the first night very well. Like, I'm
Mhm.
excited to see where his journey goes. I was just really impressed. And like you said, I mean, just immersed in the whole scenario. It was so much lighter. It was just it was a nice episode.
Yeah,
I thought he did a great job.
me too. And what were you, if you remember, what were you going to say? So I want to finish the kiss thing, but
What was I gonna say? Oh, I should have just said it. I don't remember. I'm like really struggling lately with remembering what I wanted to say. I might have
well,
already said it.
maybe it'll
I don't.
come to you. If
It,
it's,
it will. Well, because I don't like to interrupt because we were like on a path.
oh yeah, it's fine though. We can take all the detours. We'll get back.
Yeah, I don't remember. It'll come back. But I thought it was a good episode. I enjoyed it. I was thinking earlier, I didn't say this, but it would be like nice, I guess, like if the show's goal was more of like making, I don't know, like not, I don't want to say damaging effects, but if the girls who get sent home on night one, if he could just go and like have a quick conversation with them, because I feel like sometimes when you're in those situations, that's what you take away and that's what you own. Like the girls who go, I went home night one because I'm no good. I mean, you just start telling yourself,
Oh, like you're saying it like reinforces negative stories.
yes,
Or it can.
yes. Like we've talked about before between you and I. And like the one girl, you know, the cake girl, the wedding cake girl, you're just like heartbroken. It's like if he could just take 2 minutes and give her closure and just say, whatever it is, like, you know, I enjoyed meeting you. We didn't really have enough time, or whatever the nice way is to say, or just like, you know, I think you're a great girl, like you have all these positive attributes about you. I just, you know, you have to pick somebody to get rid of. I don't know, you know what I mean? If he could just have those kinds of conversations with those girls
Mhm.
instead of them like just taking that on. Like nobody wants to go home night one, it's not fun. Like I don't know.
Right. No, I see where you're coming from. I think, like at the very beginning, and they always do this. He made this blanket statement, like, I mean, at the beginning of the rose ceremony,
Yeah.
like, I only have so many roses. I like if you don't get one, it's not personal, whatever he said.
Right.
Um, it does, I would imagine, become like I don't know if it's like personal work or what, but like you have to, as a person that got sent home, I would imagine you would have to look at stories that you've been telling yourself or ways you're showing
Mhm.
up or your energy or whatever. For me personally, I could handle, like, not one would be probably, if I'm imagining, obviously I've never been in this situation. I'm imagining not one would be, if I got sent home then, that would be easier for me than getting sent home after he really did get to know me, like later. Cause I would then
Yeah.
I would feel more like all that shit that can resurface that we then, but it's just an opportunity to look at it even deeper.
That's true. That's a really good point. Yeah, I'm sure no matter when you get sent home, it's like not fun.
Yeah.
I guess I've always pictured night one like being the worst. So maybe it's because I like hated gym class. I was like, nobody's gonna pick me. I'm never gonna be on anybody's team. I was that kid.
You crack me up. I think that did always make me nervous too in school. And I'll tell you what else made me nervous is when they would say, like, get in a group of like two or three to do something, like a project.
Yeah.
I would always felt like so awkward. Like I'm supposed to get in a group because I'm like, I love doing things with my like friends. And I love, like, if I had a good friend in that class, then I would feel like, okay, I at least know I'm like with this one person.
Hmm.
But I'm kind of, I don't particular, I guess, about my friends. And I think I always have been
Yeah.
when I think back on it. Maybe that's some trauma response, but also maybe it's just people get on my nerves. I don't know.
You
Like,
have good taste. I don't know.
we don't know yet. I'm still parsing that one out.
We'll report back on that one next episode.
But I just am trying to, like, I mean, I see what you're saying in like, oh, I wasn't chosen
Yeah.
night one. So,
It's just
ugh.
like being put on display. I don't know. Like I think if I was gonna go home, I'd rather go home on like night three, like the third rose ceremony. Like I kind of know him, but I don't really know him. And
You're
then
like, you're like meeting him on that one. Can we just make an agreement that if you're going to send me home, you do it on the third rose ceremony?
I would. Like honestly, if I was walking out night one, if I had enough balls, they'd be like, "Can you walk me out?" Like I would just ask, "Walk me out."
Mhm.
Like let's have some closure here because I don't want to do it on the men tell all or women tell all. Like I don't want to sit up there and be like, "I wondered why you did pick me," and you get some same schlub response that they give everybody. Like
And that's like however many months later. It's a long time. Like,
Yeah. Like I don't want to walk around with this gaping wound that's
oh
like
my God, Emily.
I know this is how I am, girl. I'm telling you. And like feeling all these horrible negative things about myself. That's just me though. And that's something I'm working on. Like telling myself all these horrible, ugly things. Like I'm working on it. It's on the list of things to work on. But like what you
Practice
said
and
earlier, the whole
play.
negative, like I'm just reinforcing negative thoughts. Like I wouldn't want to go around for months reinforcing those negative thoughts based on that like small interaction, I think.
Right. And so if it would be an act of self-care for you to just
Yeah.
say, look, I need you to just give me 2 minutes of your time.
Yes.
And then do you feel like if you spoke up and asked for that and you couldn't get it, that you would then be able to say, well, I asked for what I needed, so now I've just got to do all the inner work and like accept that I didn't get what I wanted?
I never thought about it that way, I guess. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I guess I wasn't my anticipation, my version of the story is I would ask, I would get. So I hadn't thought about if I didn't get an answer,
Mhm.
then maybe I don't know. I think I have struggles with like putting too much weight into what somebody else thinks about me instead of what I think about myself.
Mhm.
And then maybe some of the other girls can resonate whatever with that because I mean, I'm sure they're in similar situations. That's why they're crying about going home on certain nights or night one or whatever, because you don't really know that person. I mean, I know everybody's like, oh, blah, blah, blah. I'm so sad. Yeah. Like you don't really know that person. Like you're still
Right.
getting to know people like years down the road. Like what? We've been
Yeah.
talking for 3 years. Like I've talked to you for 3 years now and I didn't know you had a smell thing. Like before. So I think
Oh my God. Yeah. But also, I mean, they are, if you think about it, they're most likely drunk or at least tipsy. They're exhausted.
drunk
And
part. That's the point.
and then they're being rejected. And so they're like, shit, I'm drunk, exhausted, rejected. Of course, all of everything that's from elementary school and middle school is coming up right now in this moment. And I'm going to bawl my eyes out.
I'm gonna
And
go call all my ex-boyfriends when I get
yeah, and
my
I'm going to show myself on national TV, just all of my wounds right now open. I'm pouring them out to everyone. I mean,
I'm just pouring them out in the podcast. It's fine.
it's fine. But I mean, yeah, there's like, that's what I mean. Like, of course that's going to happen because look at the situation. And they might not even be in their right mind to ask for the conversation or to
Yeah.
have it because
So
of circumstances. But I probably asked you that about if you didn't get what you wanted, how you would, I mean, that is something I've had to really work on because I feel like for the good majority of my life, in some ways, I get every single thing I ask for, right? Because that's just how life works. We have the exact life we have created. Um, but in other ways, like I've had a lot of disappointment and a lot of the people like not meeting my needs, not meeting my expectations, not doing what they will say. So I've had to really learn to self contain, self manage, self heal, like do it all on my own inside of myself. And like that's not to be like a like poor me. It's not that. It has
no.
have gotten really, really strong because of that. Um, I just often think I'm going to ask for what I want because that I've like just come to a place in my life where that's what I do. And I also know, even if it's really, really painful, that it's ultimately up to me to handle myself. And so if someone else can't handle me well, I at least know I can handle me well.
Yes. Okay. I totally know what you're saying, and I have like a whole like scenario, but yeah, I totally get what you're saying. Like, okay, for me, for my like random example, it's like, okay, let's say like, you know, you have expectations. Let's say you really want your boyfriend, husband, whoever to like eat dinner with you, whatever, but they're always working late or come home late or whatever. So instead of like waiting around, you just go ahead and eat dinner. Watch your favorite TV show, eat dinner, and make it pleasurable for you.
Yeah.
Is that kind of what you're saying?
Yeah, like I would ask for what I wanted. I would say, look,
I
God,
want
this
to
is
take you home for dinner.
so important that we have dinner together. Like in my mind, that's just like our time. We can connect, we can have wine, we can like just I can put
Did
my
you
feet
say unwind or have wine?
both. Actually, I said have wine, but you can it's the time to unwind too,
I'm
because
like, did she say unwind or have wine?
that's perfect. It's both and.
Okay, both in. So she wants
Um,
to unwind and have wine.
yeah. Let's unwind with some wine and our beautiful, amazing dinner. And I can sit there with like my feet in your lap and just us talk when we're done eating, whatever. Um, and if he was unwilling to do that, or let's just say, I mean, if he was unwilling to do that, period, it would probably be a major problem for me because that's part of like how I experience and express love.
Yeah.
But let's just say there would be like certain nights that it just isn't possible, and we came to like an agreement around that. Then on the nights it's not possible, or if he just said, I'm never doing that for you, then I would just like make sure I did it for myself. And then in that scenario, we would just have to see if it was a big enough deal for me that the relationship could
Yeah.
continue or not.
Okay, let's
But
just say, for example, let's just say it's not that he's unwilling or he doesn't want to. Let's say he tells you he wants to do these things. I want to be there for you. I want to show up for you, but I don't know, I have working late or
then
something
it's
coming up or
yeah.
whatever.
Okay, then it's like, oh, wow. Like I would
But
express
it's
my
like consistently that way. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's say it's consistently
yeah,
a problem. It's a consistent problem. He wants to be there for you, but it's just a consistent problem.
right.
Does that
Then
make
I
sense?
would express my disappointment, and I would be like, I would really appreciate you looking at why you keep telling me one thing and doing another because your words and actions aren't matching up.
Girl.
I mean, this might be why I'm single, but I just,
No, I think sometimes so that what you're saying is totally accurate. I think sometimes people are like, I want to do this. I want to do that. This is what I want. This is what but there are other things, stumbling blocks, whatever in the way. So then
yeah. So
don't
there's a
make it happen.
competing, yeah, there's a competing commitment there. There's
It goes back to the masculine containment. The
it
masculine
is,
needs to show
it
up.
is,
The feminine is saying what she desires, and the masculine needs to show up.
yeah. And he sets boundaries. So if he's saying, I want to show up and I can show up, and then he's not showing up, then he's not, there's something blocking him. He's not in his masculine energy. So there's a process I use sometimes that I learned in my master's program. And I sometimes use it with my clients, but I'm not going to go through the whole process. But what you do is you uncover competing commitments in your life. And so sometimes, like you say, you're committed to one thing, but your actions show you're committed to another. So then it challenges you when you really look at that to go, okay, what else am I committed to that I'm not seeing here? Because I'm definitely not acting in alignment with what I say my commitments are.
I love that. Competing commitments. That was good. I don't
Yeah,
think we've
we can
talked about
thank,
that yet. Competing commitment.
yeah, we can thank my master's program for that.
I'm gonna
Um,
think about that for a while. I'm trying to think. I don't know that I have any competing commitments in my own life, but I can see it in like,
Yeah.
some friends and family members that I'm like, maybe you have competing commitments because you're saying you want to do this, but you don't.
Yeah.
So,
Well, I would say we all have them,
yeah.
even in little small minute ways. Like I might say, I want to, a out example. That's an easy one. Like, oh my gosh, like I want my legs to be like more toned or whatever. And, but for some reason, and this is again like such a basic example, but for some reason, like I don't get my ass off the couch and go to
Mhm.
workout class or lift weights or whatever it is. So then there's something else I'm committed to than like, or maybe my having toned legs really isn't important to me. And I just don't even,
I'm more committed to my comfort than I am.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
That I love everything about that. How did we even get to this?
We were talking about, um, I don't even know how it started. Oh, I know how it started when if you would ask them to talk to you about if you got sent home and what if they
Oh
took.
yeah, and they didn't show up. Yep. Okay. There's the connector. Well, I hope everybody that's listening to this gets a kick out of it.
Yeah. Yeah. Because God only knows where we will weave the conversation to.
But it was good. So night one, total success. I am super excited to see Grant's season.
Me too. And can I just say, like, he is fine.
You can say it, totally say it.
I'm gonna say it because
Rooftops.
like he is. And then and I saw him like pull up in his Ferrari at his mom's house.
I wanted to know if that was real or not. I'm glad they brought that up later because I'm like, is this staged? Like, what the heck?
No, I mean, and I don't know, but I
Did
like,
you hear him say that though? He has a dad car or something was what he was saying. He
yeah,
wants
he said
to
he also has like an Acura or
yeah,
something.
his dad car.
I thought that was funny that that girl asked that. I, but I have a thing like I really like nice cars. So it's not necessarily like, oh, you have a, like there are other sports cars or something people could have that I would
Yeah,
be like, meh, who cares? But
right.
I really like Ferraris.
Okay.
So I'm like, oh, he had a Ferrari. He like plays basketball. He's sporty. He looks good. He's, all the things. His smile. He's got a
Yeah.
good personality. He can read the girl's energy. Yeah. And I feel like he does very thoughtfully answer questions. It's not
Mhm.
like he's evasive, but he definitely makes them feel special because a couple of times the girls ask like there was one and I can't remember the specific question, but they were sitting in front of the fireplace and she asked him something. It may have been the same girl as the Ferrari, asking about the Ferrari. I can't remember, but she asked him something that he could have like played the game and told her what she wanted to hear, which was like, of course, I'm only here for you. I think it was something like, I could be wrong, but I think it was something like she was saying, like, if you want to be married and you're sitting here with me, like, why are you still single? Like, basically, like, just go on and pick me now.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Which is like the question everybody asks, like, well, how are you still single? How are you still single? And it's like there's just different circumstances in life that brings
yeah,
you to this point.
yeah. But he answered it really well. Like,
What was his answer? I don't remember.
I can't remember his exact answer either, but I was literally like, wow, like has a good emotional intelligence. And
I'll have to go back and watch that part.
yeah, it was good. It really like stuck with me, but I can't remember the exact question. So I just I'm looking forward to what the rest of the season, what unfolds.
Yeah, me too. I would like to say though, I think it is nice to be in a relationship. It's nice to have a family. It's nice to have a marriage, but I don't think that if you don't have those things at a certain age or a certain point or whatever, that it's good, bad, wrong, ugly, one way or the other. Because we talked about this before. Like so many people put marriage and like a family up on this pedestal, and they're like, when I get to this point, everything's gonna be great and it's gonna be wonderful and blah blah blah. And I did it too, but like now that you're on the other side, like being married 9 years, having 3 kids, there's still a lot that it's like
Mm.
not always sunshine and roses. There's new challenges, there's new things that come up that you're not anticipating. Like, yeah, it's beautiful, it's lovely, it's all of those things, but there still are challenges. So just because you're single and you're not to that point, it doesn't matter. Either way, there's challenges in life. Like it doesn't make you like, oh, how are you still single or whatever the statements are. Like, I don't know.
Yeah. No, it's, yeah, beautifully said. And it's very true. I mean, it's interesting because I mean, and I've said this to you before, you are like in the thick of it because you're the age of your kids. And, um, I remember Jagger being that age, and I was like 100% like single mom mode. And
Yeah.
at the time, I didn't even want to get married. It wasn't
Hmm.
long after like I had been divorced. But after a few years of that, I was like, oh, I really want relationship because I did miss. There's something about this strong sense of family, like for me, that
Hmm.
I value and that I really miss and long for.
Yeah.
And Jagger's now 17, and oh my God, I might cry.
Oh.
He's like, you know, in so many ways, spreading his wings beautifully. And he'll be like spreading them more and more and going off on his own journeys. And I want all of that for him. I want him to have a beautiful adventure and like all the things he dreams for himself. Like I'm his biggest cheerleader, I'm behind him on it. And I really want family. And I really want, like, my dream would be to have a husband who adores me and who I can continue on, and who I also adore, by the way, and who I can continue on like adventures and be so connected. And like, hopefully, we'll have this beautiful blended family, at some
Yeah.
point. But I think part of that comes from, I very much agree with you. Like, there's no, I mean, I'm 45 now and I'm single again, and there's no problem with that. It's not like, oh, you're like a big loser because you're like, I don't feel that way. I know I've had like so many amazing loves and love story
Mhm.
adventures. And I'm appreciative of that. I just am ready for a really grounding, stable connection.
Yes. And I can totally see that. I totally see that. I guess just like in the relation to like the show, like all these people are like, I don't know, like they see this end goal, you know what I'm saying? And it's like up here on this pedestal and they're striving for it, whatever. And then they finally like get to that point because you've seen it in other episodes too or other like seasons where it's like, well, maybe I'm actually not ready or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, I think
Mhm.
what you're saying is so true. Like the longing and the like,
And that is such a
we're
like,
here for the right reasons. Like
yeah,
there are people who are genuinely like ready and they long for that and they want those relationships. Yeah, I totally get what you're saying.
Yeah, and there's also like beauty in the longing, and there's so much to learn in the longing, and there's like in the
And
desire.
getting really clear on like what you want. Like you're so clear on like what you want. When you're like younger, you know, and you have that goal to get, and you're like, I want to be married, I want to be married, I want to be married. Like you don't ever, I shouldn't say you don't ever, maybe people do, but like I know for me personally, I didn't spend a lot of time getting clear on what I wanted. Like my dad had us, you know, make a list of like things we wanted in a person, whatever. But like I didn't get clear on like the like how I wanted to feel, what I wanted it to look like, you know? So I
Yeah,
love that
and
you're like
also,
getting clear with yourself on like your desires.
yeah, and I think like I hate when people say this, but I'm going to say it anyway. Like the people on this show really, relatively speaking, are so young still.
Yeah, this year they're kind of older though. They're all like 30. Like, well,
A
he's
lot
30, so they're older this year. There's not like any like 22, 23-year-olds, I don't
No,
think.
no, no. But there's still, what I mean is like, relatively speaking, there's so much life ahead of them. So it's not, I think sometimes people can get to that age and feel like, oh my God, I don't have a family yet. And what's wrong with me? And blah, blah, blah. But it's like, you're on the exact perfect right timeline for you. Nothing is wrong with you. You are like, you are in perfect alignment for
Yeah,
where you need to be.
yeah.
And I just feel like that is something that people, yeah, there's a lot of external pressure, like
Mhm.
I say, da 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 da.
Yeah. Okay. Clearly, it's time to wrap this up.
Yeah, the babies just came in. They're doing great.
They're doing great. Okay. This is fun. I'm looking forward to everything. I love watching the spoilers. I think they're so good every time. I think they're so good.
Yeah. Yeah. We're gonna wait, watching the spoilers. I never watched those.
Like yeah, like at the end of the first episode, they like show you like a recap of
Oh, those. I thought you meant
like a
like,
spoiler. No, it's like I mean that's how I would describe a
oh my
spoiler.
God, I know. Those are good. So I'm also I like to see that too, and I'm looking forward to what else is
Yeah,
ahead.
yeah. All right. Well, we'll sign off for today.
Okay. See you
All right.
later.
Bye.